Hello friends, come on in. This is the Cozy Sky Knits podcast. This is my YouTube channel where I share all my things knitting and other fiber related craft adventures. I am Elizabeth and I live in Georgetown, Texas with my mother Nancy and my two senior cockapoos, Sullivan and Griffin. And this is pretty much going to be just a standard format podcast. I'm a little stretched for time. Right now I have a lot of stuff going on with work, a lot of travel and that, but I wanted to try to sneak in a episode before I go off on my next business trip. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So hopefully you have a nice cozy drink and are settling in to work on a project while you listen to me chatter. So let's get started with what I'm wearing. I am actually wearing the Throwover by Andrea Mowry of Andrea Renee Knits, and I knit this in 2021. I knit a size 2 using a US 8 5mm needle and a US 6 for the ribbing, which is 4mm needle, and the gauge on this was 16¼ stitches per 4 inches. I knit this in Madeline Tosh Vintage, which is a worsted weight, 100% superwash. I don't know if it's superwash or not. 100% merino. I think it's superwash though. Anyway, I knit it in the main color is copper pink solid. So there's two different copper pinks. There's copper pink and copper pink solid. The regular copper pink has more flecks and things of like the pink and almost copper colors. And then the solid is more just the solid background color. So this is the solid version. And then this light green color, minty green color is called Matcha. And the dark tealy color is Dubrovnik, and the goldy color is Glazed Pecan, which is a really pretty color. I love all these colors together. I thought it was really pretty. And this was a really fun knit top down in the round. The color work just kind of makes you want to keep knitting, and it's done before you know it, and then you're just onto the body, which is pretty much just stockinette. I did make mine in short sleeves because Texas, get more wear out of short sleeve sweaters, and if it's cold and I want to wear it, I just throw a long sleeve t-shirt or blouse underneath it. So that's what I'm wearing. And then my cohort here, Sasha, she is wearing my Golden Hour shawl also from Andrea Mowry. And I knit this back in 2019. I used Manos del Uruguay Maxima base, which is a single ply of 100% merino, and I use the colors Petal, which is this pink color, Coal, which is the charcoal, and then the Natural, which is this creamy white. It's actually more white than it is cream. It's a really cool white, or cool cream, if you will. I did run short on the yarn at the end, and I had to kind of improvise with another yarn I had, I think was a fingering weight, and then I had some mohair that I threw in there, and you really can't tell just for the bind off, but bobble bind off. So anyway, so yeah, that's a fun shawl. It's pretty heavy for our weather, but I like it, and I do wear it quite a bit in the winter. So it was a fun knit, very engaging, a little bit of color work, and then some eyelets and things. So I really enjoyed making that one. And actually I would knit another one. I do really like it. I might try to do one maybe in a lighter weight and just try to modify the pattern a little bit to, get the size that I want, but in a lighter weight. So anyway, that's all for that. Okay, don't have any finished objects today. I have not had a lot of knitting time because I've been really, really busy with work and like I said, traveling a lot. So I do have a hoe, so we're gonna go with that, and I'll show you that first. And it is my sock that I've shown on previous episodes. And this is the Biscotte sheep by Biscotte Yarns. And I bought this as a kit at the DFW Fiber Fest this past September. I'm making the size 72 stitches, and I'm using a US 1 2.5 millimeter needles, and I'm using my Chiago interchangeable minis. So I use basically 9-inch circulars with those. But I do hold a 3-inch tip in my left hand and a 2-inch tip in my right hand to ease the fatigue on my hands, and that really helps. What can I tell you? The toe and heel and cuff were done in vanilla, which is just their cream base, or it's probably just undyed. And then the self-striping in the green tones and turquoise tones is the color Hero du Printemps, and it's their Biscotte base. I don't know if I said that. 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon, so it'll be good. Really nice. I love the 2-color rib on the bottom. I think that's really fun. And then of course the sheep design is super cute, and I had fun knitting this. I haven't started the second one yet just because I haven't had the time, and I did do the slip stitch heel on it, and it actually fits me really well. So that is my hoe. And I do need to get that second one cast on, so maybe I can take it on one of my business trips coming up. I have some flights. I'm going to Alabama and Pennsylvania, and anyway, so it would be good to have a little sock project to take with me. So that is my hoe. And then we will just get into works in progress and what's on my needles from here. So the first thing I'm going to talk about on my needles is my Rimfrost vest, which I've also shown on the podcast before. And I finished the front. So I'm digging out of a bag here. Apologize, running a little behind on things. Didn't have a lot of time to organize, so bear with me. Anyway, I finished the front. So this is where I was last time I showed it. And I actually finished the front. Oh, you can see the lace now, the way the lighting is. So that's the front, and then I'll have to pick up and do the ribbing along the neckline once the 2 shoulders are attached. And then I started the back, and it's basically pretty much the same, except that it's I think a little bit wider in the back to go across your back. So here is my back. I think I've done 4 repeats of the lace pattern. So super fun knit. I am really enjoying it. I do have to concentrate a little bit when I'm doing it. Not a ton, but it's just enough to engage me that I have to, you know, kind of sit and look at the pattern occasionally and what have you, but it's not super complicated. Like, I could be around people if I wanted. But anyway, it's the Rimfrost Slipover by Carrie Rasmussen. It's a free pattern on the Phil Colonna website, and you can access that from Ravelry. So I'll have that link down below, which I should mention that everything I do talk about, I will link to my Ravelry projects, and you can get all the details if you want. Anyway, I'm knitting it in La Bien-Aimée Helix base, which is a lace weight, 711 yards per 100 grams, and it's 70% Falkland wool and 30% Gotland. And then also holding it together with the Soyu base, which is their mohair, 64% mohair, 36% silk in 459 yards per 50 grams. And both of those yarns are in the color Winterfell, which is this really dark, kind of teal-y blue, really pretty color. And yeah, so I'm enjoying that project. Don't take this on my trips with me because it is just a little too much concentration. So just when I have time at home, I've been knitting on it a bit at night. So usually try to do like a repeat of the lace every day or so. And hopefully I can get that finished soon. So that is the Rimfrost Slipover. And then my next project, I talked about the socks already. The only other big project that I have been working on, which I started last episode, I believe I showed it for the first time, and it is the jacket #1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And I'm making a size small on a US 9 5.5 millimeter needle for the main body, and a US 7 4.5 millimeter needle for the ribbing. And the gauge on it is 15 stitches and 23 rows per 4 inches. So I'm knitting it in Kelborn woolens. in their Germantown base, which is just 100% North American wool, 220 yards per 100 grams, and this is the color Jade. Nope, I'm sorry, not Jade, Emerald. And I'm holding that with some mohair from Pearl Soho, which is their tussock. It's a lace weight mohair, and 60% mohair and 40% silk, and the colorway Lucky Green, and this is 328 yards per 25 grams. I got that on sale, and then I found the other green yarn to go with it. So here is my project. I don't remember where I was last time I showed it. Was the first time I had shown it, but oh yeah, I do remember. Here's where my progress keeper was. So my cute little Winnie the Pooh, cute wooden progress keeper. But I've made quite a bit of progress. So I've joined under the arms, the front and back together. I'm just knitting, not in the round, but back and forth. And I think I only have like 20 more rows to go on the body, and then the ribbing. And then after that, I'll pick up and knit the, probably do the button band next, because you do a double knit button band. So I'm going to do that, and then the sleeves. I do, however, I only have this skein I just broke into, and then I have one other skein. I'm a little worried that I'm going to run short of yarn. So I may try to pick up one more skein of this for the sleeves. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, maybe I'll get through the button band and then see where I'm at. But anyway, so making good progress on that. I really hope to get it done in the next couple weeks, because I want to have it for the holiday season. I think it'll be cute for Christmas because it's so bright green. So I think it'd be a good holiday sweater. So that is that project. And what else? I did cast on something new, and it is the let me find my notes. What's it called? The One Love Shawl, which is the mystery cal from Locatelli that she just started last week. So it runs through November, and it's a single skein mystery shawl. And so she releases a clue every week. And I really like it because I know we talked about the Stephen West mystery cals that he does every October, and I've done those in the past, but they're a lot of knitting. So it was kind of refreshing to me that this was just going to be a single skein of sock yarn. And I always love Hohi's single skein projects for little shawls or neck scarves, what have you. And so I'm pretty excited and happy to be knitting along on this one. And I got my clue. I opened it up Saturday morning, and it just took me an hour or so to do the first clue. Should say, if you're doing this and you haven't started yet and it's still a mystery to you, turn away. Most of you have probably seen it, and it's really not that big a deal. But this is the project. Oops. This is the front. So I just started a little bit of the lace here. You do like a repeat of lace. So it is a crescent-shaped shawl, elongated crescent-shaped shawl. So I'm excited to get the next clue, and hopefully it'll go quickly as well, which I'm sure it will. And yeah, I think it'll be really nice. Oh, I should tell you what yarn I'm using. I'm knitting it on a US 7, which is the called for needle, and it's 16 stitches per 4 inches. I'm using a yarn from deep old stash of mine, and this is from Mi'kmaq Yarns, which was dyed by 2 of my friends who no longer are dyeing yarn, but 2 of my friends in San Antonio. And it is their Gradient Explosion, and it's 70% merino wool and 30% silk. It's fingering weight, 440 yards per 100 grams, and it is a gradient. So it's going from this pinky rose color into like a gold, a turquoise, and then more of a teal. So I think this skein was actually a mistake, if I recall. I think when I was at my friend Mickey's house, we were looking at the yarn she had dyed, and I saw this, and I said, oh, what's that? And she said, oh, that's not for sale because it was a mistake. And I was like, what do you mean it's a mistake? I think it's beautiful. She goes, oh, no, I tried to over dye it, and I don't know, it's a mistake. I said, I think it could be really pretty. So she agreed to let me have it. I think she just gave it to me, and I said, someday I'm going to make something really pretty out of it. So I thought this elongated crescent shawl would be really pretty with the long runs of the gradient. I'm sorry, my phone is ringing and I have my notifications off, so apologize for that. But anyway, I thought it would be pretty because with the long runs of the gradient, it'll utilize the whole skein, and I think it'll be really pretty to see that and showcase the yarn. So excited to finally be using that. So that is pretty much what's on my needles. So as far as things that I'm looking to cast on in the near future, I had wound up this yarn that I got. It's just from Hobby Lobby. I got it on sale. It's the Yarn Bee, their hand-dyed yarn that they carry. And it's, let's see, it is in the colorway Unicorn Horn, and it's 400 yards per 100 grams. And it is 100% superwash wool. And so it's just a real light speckle. And I happened to be at Hobby Lobby one day, and they had a skein of it. I think it's normally $16.99. You can usually get it every other week on sale at 30% off. But I happened to catch a skein, and it was marked down to like $4.24. And then, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks later, I was in there, and they had another one. So I had grabbed the one, and I grabbed the second one. I think, oh, it's really kind of pretty. So I'm thinking I'm going to cast on the Hohi Locatelli. I think it's called a Silfurberg tee. She released it this summer, and it's a t-shirt that has a lace panel down the front center, and then down the back center as well. I think I'm going to leave out the back lace and just do the front. But yeah, so I think I'm going to get ready to cast that on, and hopefully that's something I can also take on some of my business trips. So that's kind of my dream knitting. And let's see, what else? I have a few acquisitions. So last week I ended up having to go to Dallas on a quick trip and spend a night. And I decided that on my Rimfrost Slipover, I was going to run out of the Helix yarn. I might run really close to running out, and just don't want to be in that position because I really do like that vest, and I want to you know, be able to finish it and everything. So I had originally purchased the yarn at McKinney Knittery, and so I looked online and saw that they had some in stock. So I thought I ordered it online, and then I had time to run in and pick it up. So I got another skein of that. And actually it was funny, when I was in the store, all of a sudden someone came up to me, and it was Pia from Traveling Miss Knits. So she was in town and was meeting up with our friend Dorothy from Connecticut. So hi, Dorothy. And I got to say hi to both of them, which was really nice. And I got to meet Belinda too for the first time. So that was really nice. They were getting together to knit. I wished I could have stayed, but I had to get to a meeting. So anyway, but that was fun. But while I was there, I took a little peek around the store, of course, and checked out the sale section, and they had some Woolfolk Tinned, which is a beautiful, beautiful yarn that is 223 yards per 50 grams. So it's a fingering weight, and it's 21 to 25 stitches on a US 2 or a US 4, 2.75 millimeters or 3.5 millimeters. So I got a sweaters quantity, and this is the colorway 26. I don't know, it's this pretty green color. So I got, I think, 5 or 6 skeins of this. So I took whatever they had. I just thought I didn't want to leave one. I think I got 6, and I only needed probably 5, but I didn't want to leave one skein behind. I felt bad. So I just grabbed what they had. And then I got a skein of this beautiful golden brown color, caramel. I guess it's more like a caramel color. And I don't know what color number this is. I don't think it's marked. Oh yeah, this is called color number 45, cinnamon. That's what it looks like, cinnamon. So I got one skein of that. Trying to see if this one says the actual color. This one, the green doesn't show the color name, but the cinnamon is on there. And then I got one color, this dusty pink. Oh, it's pretty much the same color. I could say about the, oh my gosh, the whole thing is kind of matching. That's funny. I guess the leopard doesn't change its spots, does it? Anyway, okay, so this is color number 28. I don't know, but it's like a light pinky color. So, and I thought, my idea is that this will be the main body of something. I'm not sure if it'll be a pullover or a vest, a cardigan. I'm not sure. I got to look for patterns, but maybe I'll do a little bit of a accent stripe or something occasionally, maybe even just at the neckband or something with these other 2 colors. So I thought they were really pretty, and they were on the clearance bin. So that was nice. So those are my acquisitions. I also, kind of an acquisition, but I actually am not counting as an acquisition because I purchased it. So I'm moving stuff around here. I purchased it in the spring from Ruby and Rose's yarn, but my advent came and I just wanted to show the box. It's so pretty. And I've been really, really good. I haven't opened anything yet. So, but I am looking forward to decorating my studio and having this set up and being able to look forward to opening one color every day, one mini skein every day. So I think I have another mini skein set coming too from Chelsea Yarns. I usually get her yarn advent every year too. And then I got the, I got another sock one. I can't remember who it was from. I'll show it during Advent though. That's the self-striping where you knit basically a stripe a day. So looking forward to that too. So that's it. As far as the knitting content and crafty content, I apologize for the short episode, but I did want to try to get something recorded to try to keep the momentum going. I do, like I said, have a lot of work travel coming up from now until mid-December. So it's kind of hectic for me, but in fact, one trip I had to, I'm gonna have to drive to Dallas to fly out of Dallas because I had to fly to Alabama and then be back in Dallas earlier than I had wanted, and I couldn't do it flying out of Austin. So I'm driving to Dallas on a Sunday, flying out Monday, coming back Wednesday, going to some meetings and driving back Friday. It's kind of a mess, but anyway, so yeah, work is really, really busy right now. And I'm looking forward to having 2 weeks off at Christmas. So I put in my vacation request the other night and I was like, oh, I so need 2 weeks off. So I'll be anxious to have that happen. And yeah, maybe spend some more time and give you guys a tour of my studio and show you some of my holiday decorations and things like that, because we'll have a little bit more time. So looking forward to that. And other than that, not too much has been happening. My mom and I are getting ready for Christmas in our heads. We haven't started decorating yet, but we're in our heads planning some of the things we're going to do this year, because last year, with having just moved in like end of September, beginning of October, we were really stretched thin at the holidays and trying to still unpacking and all that, and we did the best we could. But this year it feels a little different and we're looking forward to decorating. We really like to do several trees and you know, all that kind of stuff. So we're looking forward to that, and we're making some plans for some activities that we're going to do downtown Georgetown, and then also in our development here in Sun City. They have a tour of homes with decorations and stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. But what else? We went to a new restaurant in Georgetown, a Mexican restaurant that we really enjoyed. I did take a little bit of footage of that, so I will put that in here. And then we also, because of the nice weather, we've had a few days where we've done some hiking on some trails that were new to us, actually downtown Georgetown too. So I'll put some footage in from that, and hopefully you can enjoy that while you're working on your project. that's it. So I will bid you farewell and hope that you all are safe and not having to travel, because right now with the government shutdown, it's kind of a disaster. So I'm not putting that on anyone, but I hope that you are enjoying your making and getting ready for all the festivities that are coming up during this holiday season that's starting to kick off with our Thanksgiving that's coming up at the end of the month, and then Christmas that'll follow that. So yeah, like I said, hope that you're all doing well. Hopefully you're finding joy in everything that you're doing making wise, and that you are just finding time each day to do a little bit of making and take some time to yourself. So I will catch up with you another time. I'm not sure if it'll be in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see what we do, and maybe videoing like little bits and piecing them together, and hopefully that'll be okay until December, but we'll see. So take care, and I will catch up with you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.